Welcome to our February bonus video. In these bonus videos, we offer a little practical tidbit to make your tea brewing that much better. This month, we're going to address one of the most asked questions here at the Tea Sage Hut, how to properly hold an Yixing teapot. Just like last month, as we discussed how to properly hold the kettle, holding an Yixing pot properly is all about precision, control, and an ability to put the tea into the teacups as opposed to pouring it or dumping it. We want to be able to control the flow, both the speed of the flow and where it's going into the cups. Ultimate control and precision will lead to greater and greater mastery. So holding an Yixing teapot is all about this, about greater control and greater flow. The proper way to hold an Yixing teapot is with your middle finger and thumb grabbing the handle like this. Your pointer finger is on the button for support and control, and the bottom two fingers are for support. You'll need those more the heavier your pot is. With a small pot like this, the support is less. With a larger pot, you'll need more support. Now sometimes in a very large pot, you're going to want to put your finger onto the lid like this. But usually the lid's very hot. So it's going to be much more comfortable to have your finger on the button, and you'll have more control that way too. And you pour just like this, and you can see that downward movements come down the hand like this. Right? Downward movements go this way, and upward movements come up this way. So I use the bottom two fingers to come up, this energy here to go down. Holding the pot like this might feel awkward for a Western person at first, but you have to remember that in traditional Chinese culture, this is the way that all daily implements were held. So chopsticks are also held in the same way. The bottom two fingers for support, the middle finger and thumb and pointer finger are for control, and the same with a paintbrush, right? Which is how they wrote and painted, the same thing. Downward movement this way, upward movement this way, same the bottom two fingers for support, the top three fingers for control. So this is the way that swords were held, this is the way that chopsticks were held, this is the way that knives were held, this is the way that paintbrushes were held. So this was very much a part of daily life for traditional Chinese culture. And so it's only natural that a pot would fit into the hands in this way. Holding the pot properly like this allows us to place the tea liquor into the cups, place it where we want it to be, and control the flow, how quick or fast it comes out. We want to have control over all of that. We want to be able to place the tea with precision. We don't want to dump it or pour it. We want to place it. It's obvious when talking about the kettle or the Yixing pot that there's a connection from my hand to the pot. I can feel that connection. And when you hold a well-made, well-balanced pot, you can feel it clicking in like a key going in a lock. You can feel like it's becoming a part of your hand, just like a nice kettle will become a part of your offhand. So most everyone, when they hold a well-made teapot, will feel like the pot is an extension of them. But then often there's this unconscious feeling that that extension ends here. You may have an unconscious feeling that you have no control over what happens after this point. That you have control up until here, and then after here, you don't have any control. That might be because you're not holding the Yixing pot properly, or that your pot is not well balanced. But in Gong Fu tea, we want to have absolute control. The connection actually doesn't end right here. The connection continues and flows into the cup. I can place the water in the cup exactly where I want it at exactly the speed that I want. And as you progress in Gong Fu tea, that will become more and more important to you. So as with any tea brewing advice, you have to do the experiments. You have to try. You have to make the wisdom experiential. Try holding the pot in different ways, including the way that we've suggested today, and see if it actually does improve your ability to pour in different streams and with greater precision, and more importantly, does it make a finer cup of tea?